That was a long trip. That was about 5 hours of driving. I mean, I was in the back seat, but like, still, that was pretty rough. Hello, y'all. I'm Botcon. Welcome back. So, Botcon Chicago was last weekend, and I had a lot of fun. It was definitely an experience. I think this might have been the best convention I've ever been to. I got to meet a bunch of my friends, which I will get to here in a little bit. And before I really get into this and dive into the stories and the fun that Botcon had for me, I'd like to give a big shout out to the people that made this trip possible. Faraday Toys, ran by Aaron Wardwell, Matthew Wardwell, and his parents. I just want to thank them for not only the opportunity of going there as a fan, but the opportunity to be a vendor with them and volunteer and help out. Because I've gone to conventions for about 8 years now. I would always go with my dad. And this year I got to experience a different side of the collecting hobby by selling. And I didn't realize how much fun that would be until I actually did it. When we got there, it was a little crazy because the hotel itself was huge. I don't think I've ever been to a venue this big. We got there and I was kind of just like puzzled on where to go because I just wanted to go ahead and explore. Throughout the weekend, I think we did pretty good. And I felt pretty good being able to help out and experience a different side. I felt like I got to embrace getting younger kids into a new generation of Transformers. And maybe hopefully generations past them will get into it because of what we did and how friendly the shop was and how friendly the convention itself was. I felt like it was pretty well organized. I mean, Derek, Realm of Collectors, shout out him for running this. Shout out Agabus for keeping this alive. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Aaron. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Faraday Toys for allowing me the opportunity to do this, not just as a fan, but as a vendor. Now to get into it. So, day one. Where should I begin? We leave Thursday morning from the shop. We go all the way straight to Chicago, and I think we only made one stop. We stopped at a Burger King. It was alright. I mean, it's Burger King. It is what it is. Drove up to the venue itself, and the venue itself was amazing. Like the hotel, we stayed at the hotel, so that way we could easily set up in the morning. But it was massive. It even had an arcade like connected to the side part of the building. We get to the hotel, we check in, we get our stuff ready and unloaded at the dock towards the back where the convention center was. And I think we ended up having the booth ready within 20 minutes. No, I'd say more like an hour. But within that hour, we were able to figure out exactly where things go and keep it that way throughout the entirety of the weekend. So after we set up the booth, we started walking to the hotel, like the rooms themselves, and they had the Botcon store up for early people. And my buddy Nod, aka Boss Obsession, shout out Boss Obsession, he kept asking me, hey, if you can get Rex Kaiser early, please, give me a Rex Kaiser. I will pay you back, whatnot. So I was like, all right. So I went to the Botcon store itself and got that. And this year's big focus was bringing metal card bots to the States. which was great because I have recently gotten into Metal Card Bot because of Dumb Jake and the many other videos. I've watched all of season 1, still on season 2, and I absolutely love it. I picked up Blue Cop, Shadow X, Buster Gallon, and Black Hook, or Steel Hook, Black Hook. They kind of changed the names for the first wave. I don't understand why, but I guess you can figure out more about that. Check out the Daft Brothers and Dumb Jake's interview with one of the representatives of Metal Card Bot. After that, we went out, grabbed some dinner, came back, and did some room sales. And during the room sales, the first actual Transformers pickup I did was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Skywarp from Transformers Cybertron. It was sealed, nothing was wrong with it, got it for like $20. I was extremely happy. I also think I picked up the Yellow Park set. I did. I picked up the Yellow Park sets that night too. But after that, went to sleep, watched some Toonami, had some cool anime on, woke up early, I want to say Saturday morning around 9 o'clock, went out, got some breakfast. I think we went to Wendy's. We went to Wendy's every day, like every morning. Friday rolls around, we get the booth set up, whatnot, and I'm walking around in the lobby and I see Bot's Obsession, one of my online buddies that we've been buddies for about 2 years now, and I yell, "Hey Nod," and he comes running up to me, grabs me, bear hugs, and lifts me up. I'm like, whoa. He's like, "You're tall." I'm like, "I know." And it was great. I got to meet up with Ron Bondajan. I met up with JCC 224 or JCC 2224. I can't remember how many twos. He's gonna get mad at me for that later, but we'll cross that bridge when that comes up. I met with MRC, Cody and Zepp from the Daft Brothers. Yes. Sorry if I messed that up. And then Dumb Jake later on throughout the convention. So I get fully ready at the booth. We start selling throughout the day. Throughout the day, we made some really good sales, and my buddies would show up here and there. Nothing too crazy, I want to say, but towards the end of the day, we wrapped up the floor sales. I went around, walked with Nod and Bot's Obsession through the show floor just to see what I can pick up. And I think we did really good, like as a vendor. I think we did really good, and that was like the first instant of me, because I've done events with Faraday Toys before, but this is my first big convention with them that I felt like I was more involved in a bigger crowd of people. But I thought I'd feel anxious. Like, I'll admit, doing this, since this is really my first time doing something like this, recording, I'm usually the guy behind the camera. So being behind the camera, you're not as nervous. But as a vendor, I felt like I was gonna be terrified. Just of the amount of people, how many people I had talked to. As it started, I realized I'm at a Transformers convention. I'm at a place where everyone seems like they're one. Everyone is after the same idea. Let's talk Transformers. And the more the day went on, it just got easier and easier, to the point where I didn't have any anxiety at all. So later that night, we finished up the booth, and Aaron and I, we go our separate ways. I hang out with Nod and the other content creators, and Ron Bond. We all formulate a group, and we decide to do room sales. Well, I didn't find anything really of note during the room sales. I think on the second night, I found some parts for my G1 Abominus, I've been working to complete him for a while. I'd gotten Hunger and Cutthroat at a rummage sale type thing. So I did manage to pick up Blot, Ripper Snapper, and Center Twin during the show, which they're cool. I got them as Abominus. That's the main goal, was to get Abominus done. I got the helmet. I just need the chest plate, the hands, and the feet. So we go to a few room sales. Nod's acting a little silly. I don't want to get too deep into that one, but he was being a very silly boy. And we all have a good time. We're doing it for about a few hours, maybe like an hour and a half to. Then we go swimming right after, and oh my gosh, that was a lot of fun. So I went back to the room to drop off some stuff, and I was originally told we were going to go see the 40th anniversary movie special, and I get a text from Ron Bon, and he's like, "Hey man, sorry to keep changing the plans on you, but we're gonna go swimming. You cool with that?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." And I was already in the lobby when he texted me that, so I ran back upstairs, grabbed my trunks, came back down, and then eventually went swimming. And honestly, the pool was cool. They had a hot tub towards the back, and the pool was pretty big. We all had a good time and swam. And then towards the night, we played with some toys in the room and went our separate ways, went to bed. And then I got back to my room and watched more Toonami because I love Toonami. Saturday morning comes around and the sales floor was insane. There was people coming through our booth almost all day long, like non-stop. There was always someone in the booth. So we managed to do really well that day, or at least I feel like we did well that day. And I got to interact with so many cool people. I interacted with an artist, and unfortunately he was leaving that day I think he was going home, but I was going to commission him because I had looked at his artwork, and since it was pretty good, I wanted him to commission a art piece for Override, since she is my favorite Transformer of all time, which I will have a video eventually explaining why in the history of Transformer Cybertron Override and how cool she is. But unfortunately he was going to leave, and we had like almost a 30-minute conversation in Mega Man. Like, that's another franchise I love so much. But at a robot convention, like a Transformers convention, we had a 30-minute conversation about Mega Man. It was great. Later that night, we closed up again, did pretty decent, I feel. Hit some more room sales. I went to the custom room with Ron Bondajan and Bot's Obsession, and they had some pretty cool stuff on display. They had a really interesting Beast Wars custom set that I was really drawn to. It was like, they had Springer as Silverbolt, so using the Triple Changers as Fusors. That was cool. Ron Bon absolutely adored that idea. They had Polar Claw as Cup, Hot Rod as Razor Beast, and Blur as Cheetor. And one I was really drawn to was custom Blockies in the look of Battle Beasts. And I was just like, man, Blockies, can we do Battle Beasts, please? I would love a new line of just articulated Battle Beasts. Later that night, we go swimming again and have our fun. We were gonna go get pizza, and we walked from the hotel out to Casey's because they had a gas station right down the road. It turns out the Casey's was closed. So we walked across the street a little more, and there was a barcade. Well, the barcade, we got there, and they wanted you to pay like $20 up front, so we all were like, eh. But the guy was like, well, you get unlimited games, and I'm like, well, no, we're okay, thank you. We're hungry. We're just gonna go. So we walk around for a bit, and then we decided to walk back to the hotel, and then Bot's Obsession and our friend from his server, Jake State Farm, we all decided we're just gonna get some Pizza Hut, order in, and I know before we say Pizza Hut, Chicago, what? Yeah, not a proud moment, but it was pretty good. Enjoyed the rest of the night. Said goodbye to everybody, and then I went to bed, and they had Blue Exorcist on that night, so I was like, all right, cool, we're watching some Blue Exorcist. Went to bed. Started the next day. Sunday, the final day, we got the booth set up, ready to go. Sales were not crazy. There wasn't a whole lot of people because Saturday night, a lot of the attendees decided they left, so it was just kind of stragglers at that point. So I mean, we weren't expecting anything crazy, but either we were managing to tear it down pretty quickly once 3 o'clock ran around, and it was time to go home. And all in all, I think it was a fun time. It was great to try something new, and not just from a collector standpoint, but to learn the selling side of Transformers. The fact that you get to make so many experiences and connections with those people, that just on a whole new scale. It was great. I loved it. So we packed up, got in the car, ready, or we got the car ready, should I say. And before I left, I texted the group chat. I said, well guys, this is it. I'm heading home. Said my goodbyes, hugged everyone before the morning started, and 5 hours back, and now I'm back. I can't end off this video without showing off some cool stuff. So let's let future bot shots show you the haul. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, let's get into the haul, shall we? So, this year, a big prevalence of Botcon 26 was importing metal card bot. So, I did grab a few. I grabbed Blue Cop. Pretty nice. I've enjoyed them so far. Wish they had got the eyes for this, but a lot of these Season 1 toys were known for not being accurate. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I got Shadow X. I think he's definitely the least favorite of mine out of this group. Then I got Buster Gallon. This guy has been a lot of fun, and I just love all those clicky joints that they used for it. Reminds me of, I'm gonna sound like a broken record when I say this, but it reminds me of a Cybertron toy, and I love it. Like, I don't know. These things are just super cool. They're gonna get their own video dedicated to them, so stay tuned for that. But like, here it is next to a Cybertron figure. Here's Evac. Pretty cool. Set him aside. We'll bring him back out later. But the mainstay of these metal card bots, in my opinion, is Black Hook. The first pirate ship transformer that we've gotten. Definitely, I think, is an inspiration for Hasbro's new Cyberworld Scourge. But this guy is just so much fun. So posable. Yeah, I love it. I adore it. But again, these guys will get their own video dedicated to them, so stay tuned for that. Alright, next up, let's talk Yellow Park. So, they had a variety of exclusives this year. They had Safety Megatron. They had Sideburn from the Hot Rod they made. Love this. I was wanting the original TFCC one. Now I don't need it anymore because now I've got Sideburn. And this is fun. I love this. They've got Menasor based off their Orion packs, which is based off a canceled Universe figure, supposedly. Don't quote me on that. And Jackpot, based off their Jazz mold. And this I carried around most of the weekend. He was a lot of fun. He has some paint chipping stuff on him, I don't know how well it comes off. So you can see a little black speckle right there. But there was just some weird odds and ends on it. But all in all, I mean, like, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous design. But this was the main staple I wanted out of all the Yellow Park exclusives. Sideburn. I'm not a big RID fan. My friend Bot's Obsession is, but I've just always loved the Sideburn colors on the Hot Rod mold. No matter what they use it for. This is just awesome. Now, I do have a complaint. As cool as the exclusive is, come on, stand Sideburn. Safety Megatron. The colors are neat. The idea and concept is also neat. But the joints are so tight. Like, I can't even move his head anymore. See, I'm struggling. I'm legit struggling to move it. But, like, you can hear that. This is cool. It would be cooler if I could pose it. But I love the idea. Menosaur. This guy's fun. I haven't really gotten much of a chance to mess with it all that much, but the design's cool. I love the idea of the concept figure. And definitely a great repaint for this mold. Next up, I had to buy a Blockies thing. I always buy Blockies. And, well, Action Edition Optimus Prime came out, and I finally got him built the other night, and oh my goodness, this guy is going to get his own video at some point. But what I can say right now is, it's so cool, man. It's just so cool. Like, look at the details. This is probably one of the cleanest Blockies designs they've ever done for an Action Edition. I still love Tarn, but this guy, him and TF1 Prime are fighting for me because it's just incredible. Like, look at that. Comes with shoulders to make this even like Decepticon symbols from the one episode where he went back to Orion Pax. It's just, Blockies knocked it out of the park again. What can I say? They always knock it out of the park. Alright, next up, let's talk Cybertron, because this is a Cybertron dedicated channel after all. So, I went after a few grails of mine this year, and an oddball, actually. I didn't realize I needed this until I saw it. So, for starters, the first thing I grabbed throughout, I think it was Friday. It was Friday morning. First thing I grabbed from the Artfire 2000 booth was the Takara Blue Rumble, or Blue Scrap Metal. I had canon this as Rumble, Ramble, whatever name you decide to go with. And don't start with the Rumble Frenzy debate, please, because you will lose. Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red. So, but yeah, I got him for a good price. I think I got him for about $80, which I think is fair. For being an import, this guy's neat. And then I got this guy as well. I think I paid like $10 for him. This is Transformer Cybertron Hightail. It is a repaint off Lugnuts. And it's just gorgeous. And a weird thing, I didn't notice this until I was walking the halls with Bot's Obsession and Ramban Dejan, was on the back. I know you can't really see it well. Let's see. There we go. It says Cincinnati, Ohio, which is interesting. I don't know why it's interesting. It's just cool. But yeah, BCat 1. Yeah. I don't know. I love this motorcycle. I have future plans for a video for this guy. I also have plans for Ramble 2, but stay tuned. Next up, I went to room sales Friday night and found STCC exclusive Cybertron Skywarp. And the guy had it sealed, and I think he had 25, and I got it for like 20, which was a steal. And it had the Cyber Planet key too. So it was an easy. I needed this for my collection. But the Grail of Grails I would needed Cybertron Evac, the last Autobot I needed for my Autobot team. Absolutely adore this. The only problem was he had a broken gear, but he had the blades and they're still intact. Missiles, everything. All it was a broken gear, and I said, okay. So I am super glad to finally have Evac. I had Springer and Blades for the longest time, but now my main cast of Autobots from Cybertron is complete, and absolutely I'm astonished. I'm happy. Life can't get better. Next up on the list is Takara Adventures Rumble, Takara Adventures Frenzy. And then we've got Dr. Wu, or as the Lex Baldwin would say, Dr. Woo Woo Woo, Overkill, and Slugfest. Next up on our list is the Realm of Collectors exclusive this year. So me and my dad are a part of a group called the Realm of Collectors. And every year-ish, we have a thing called a rock box. And what that rock box has is a shirt, some magnets, maybe some stickers. But a few years ago, we had a figure called Ollie, or at least an SG version of Ollie, which is an X-Transbot version of their wheelie. So this year, we decided to do something different, and the team over at Realm of Collectors and Agabus brought us the X-Transbots Runamuck and Runabout mold into this glorious looking thing. Now, what is this, you might be asking? This guy's name is Stark, and if you can't tell already, the colors are definitely inspired by Iron Man. Next up, we got a Japanese import. So this is the new Wild King Rex Blade. I'm surprised he's even out or even here. So I had seen this guy go up on pre-order about a few months ago, and it sold out like that. And the fact that I'm even having one is awesome. It came with his little Energy Beast partner. I forget his name off the top of my head. But the Energy Beast himself is actually a lot of fun. I highly recommend. Even though it's simple, I think it has a lot of good stylistic choices that I feel like modern kids' toys here in the States should definitely implement. But the Rex Blade himself, like this guy, there was a exclusive there called Rex Kaiser, and this gives off that like I have Rex Kaiser at home vibes. So this is a big deal for me as a collector. I've been collecting for over 15 years, and I have never once owned something of this value. This was the second to last thing I think I got at the convention. Probably the last thing. The second to last thing, it was too big to fit on here, so I'll show a picture after all this. Or maybe I'll show a picture right now. Cool, now you saw that. Now to get into what I bought. So the last day we were there, I had a little bit of cash left. I was looking at stuff, and I walked by a booth, and the guy at the booth was selling prototypes, and I was like, oh, these are cool. He had them for a really good deal, and as a collector, I just felt like this was the next step for me, because it's either a prototype or an animation cell. So I decided, what the heck, let's go for it. And I ended up with a Transformers Dark of the Moon prototype test shot Dark Steel. This thing is insane.
the fact that I'm even holding this, it just makes me cry inside, like enjoy as a collector, because it's so rare. I'm lost for words. I don't have words for this. You can get in there. And the funny story about this was, I don't know how well you can see this, but the guy sold it to me thinking it was a test shot of Sideswipe. And then I got it out of the box a little bit. And then I flipped up the canopy, like where his chest folds. And then, boom, it was Darksteel's face.